Hey y'all, welcome back to What's the 504. I am your host, Christy B. If you are new to the channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and hit the notifications bell so you can be notified every time I upload. And welcome to my channel. So today I want to discuss a situation that occurred at Carl Crawford's house. If you are not familiar with former LA Dodger Carl Crawford, he is a Houstonian, currently resides in Houston. He is currently in a dispute with Meg Thee Stallion regarding her contract with the label 1501. So that is the main thing that a lot of people probably know him for in the most recent times, in the past few months. Well, yesterday it was reported that a woman and a child drowned in a North Houston home. So when this notification first came through, I said, okay, I may have to research this further, okay? So about 30 minutes later, after that notification, it came through. Shout out to Mob Radio. She was the first to find out that this was called, at least from my end. She was the first to come forward and say, like, this is called Crawford's house, because at first it was just being reported as a home in North Houston. So I have to credit Mob Radio with this. Carl Crawford, this was his home. A woman and a 5-year-old boy drowned at his house. So I'm going to go ahead and read what Houston Chronicle reported. But I do have some additional questions, because there's still a lot of information that's not being shared about this situation. It seems to be like gaps in the full story. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started here. And this is Carl Crawford here. Says the woman and boy who died on Saturday in a possible drowning at the Houston home of former Los Angeles Dodger Carl Crawford have been identified as Bethany Lartigue and 5-year-old Kason Hersey. She was not related to the child, said Lartigue's brother, Brandon Lartigue. She also did not share a personal connection with Crawford, Brandon said. It has not processed yet, Brandon told the Houston Chronicle on Sunday. We're dealing with a lot of things right now because it's unexpected. The death of someone who had a lot of promise in life. The Lartigue family was originally from Louisiana, Brandon said. Bethany most recently lived in Dallas area, where she worked as a delivery driver and football player for the Arlington Impact, a professional women's team, Brandon said. She eventually wanted to be a police officer. Houston police spokeswoman Jody Silver said police were called at 2:40 p.m. on reports of a drowning at the home on the 1400 block of Mansfield in Acres Homes. The home is owned by Carl Crawford, 38, a Houston native and former baseball player for the Tampa Bay Rays, Boston Red Sox, and the Los Angeles Dodgers, according to property and business records. Hersey was swimming in a pool on the property when he started having trouble breathing, and the 25-year-old Lartigue jumped in to try to save the boy, said Silver. They were found unresponsive and taken to Memorial Hermann Greater Heights Hospital, where they were pronounced dead. An official cause of death has not been released by the Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences. The family is still questioning the circumstances of Lartigue's death because she was a good swimmer. That's something we're trying to put together about what happened. She wasn't the type of person to be irresponsible. At the hospital, Brandon learned that there was some type of party at the house before police arrived. He said he didn't know any details about the gathering. Police on Sunday said they could not release any further information. Brandon's wife, Monique Lartigue, said the life-saving effort showed Bethany's caring nature. Bethany loved kids, so it's not surprising to the family that she would try to save this boy. She always loved kids. Bethany is the life of the party. There was never a dull moment around her. She's going to be greatly missed. Okay, so this is the Houston Chronicle, okay? So then I went to the Daily Mail because they have pictures of her. So initially when the report came out, it was unclear who the child belongs to, and really it's still unclear who the 5-year-old boy belongs to. At first it was, well, I assumed that maybe the 5-year-old child was Bethany's child, but then it said there was no relation, but it still wasn't clear who the child was related to. Confusing. So they said here she's been identified, and this is a picture of her here. And this is Bethany Lartigue, and says has been identified as a woman who died along a 5-year-old boy by allegedly drowning in a pool at baseball star Crawford's house in Houston, Texas on Saturday. So this is her. She's very attractive. So apparently, that's Carl Crawford again. Apparently, she was there with one of Carl Crawford's, I guess, newer talents that he signed up. Okay, because she had a girlfriend, see it here, rapper Erica Banks, who is signed to Crawford's label 1501 Certified Entertainment, shared a heartbroken Instagram post late Saturday identifying Lartigue as her apparent girlfriend. I can't believe this, man. You promised you'd never leave my side. We said we'd die together. You made me love myself more. You always told me I was your favorite person, and you made my life 10 times more fun, even if it was just going down the street for food. People always say they loved our chemistry, man. You were the only person I wanted. We were so happy. Thank you so much for coming into my life and making me your special girl forever, my love. She also made a comment on Twitter. I lost my baby today, man. You meant the world to me, dog. We did everything together. I love you, Bethany. Can't wait to meet you in heaven. Tink. Okay. And this is the girl here.
Breaking news: a woman and child are dead after they were from a pool.
Okay, so this is rapper Erica Banks.
The two were found at a house on
This is rapper Erica Banks here.
2:30 this afternoon.
So it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of odd. We still don't know who the little child is for. One report is saying that it was a gathering. Another report is saying that it was a video shoot. So my question would be, why is a 5-year-old child at a video shoot? If this was a video shoot, even if it was, what kind of gathering was this? And why was there nothing protecting this? Why was there nothing covering the swimming pool? Why was there no gate? There's nothing around the swimming pool. Like, literally, the water's just there. There's no type of anything. And so, you know, if you have a 5-year-old child with you, it's just confusing. They're not even saying, like, was this child intentionally allowed to swim in the swimming pool? Like, it's just not making any sense. If they bring the child there with the intent of the child swimming, nobody's saying, how deep is this pool water? Oh, where is this coming from? There's an ad going on somewhere, and it's interrupting my stop, is this it here? I need to get it off my screen, please. So here's the picture. This is a I guess a Google shot of Carl's home. See this pool right here? Where there's nothing, there's no tarp or anything over the pool. There's nothing protecting the pool. And my thing is, if you have a 5-year-old child with you, there's no way he should be roaming this property loose. So it's kind of confusing. Like, did y'all just say, oh, let's let him go swimming? And, like, did he come there with trunks on? And if he had trouble breathing, did he not have floaties on? Like, how deep is this water? This is an adult house pretty much, right? And we know Carl has one son with Evelyn Lazota, but it's just kind of confusing. Like, how deep was this pool? Is it 6 feet, 7 feet, 8 feet? And they're saying that Lartigue, Bethany, was a really good swimmer. So if she's a really good swimmer, how did it happen that she still happened to drown in here? And then supposedly she jumped in and helped this 5-year-old little boy. Well, you mean to tell me he was out here by himself as well? Was this a video shoot? Were there camera people there? And so in that sense, then I can understand how he could have roamed off to the pool without anybody noticing. Because if you have camera stuff going on, you have music going on, whatever, I can see how he could have roamed off without anybody even noticing. And by the time they realized it, you know, he was in a pool and he was drunk about this situation. Because, yeah, there's just too many questions. And then the girlfriend went on her Instagram and her Twitter page the same day she lost her girlfriend. Like, for me, this would be very traumatic for me. Because first, I would feel partly guilty because she's there supporting me. I would have a certain level of guilt because I asked her to come there and she's there supporting me. You know, she's there because of me, and then she drowns and then the child drowns. Like, I would be so devastated and traumatized. So I wouldn't even have time to be within hours. Like, this happened like Saturday, and they got the call at like 2:30, 2:40 p.m. that there was somebody and they were in the pool and they had supposedly drowned. But the same day, like later on that night, I guess, I'm on Instagram and Twitter posting on all these different handles for social media. That's just odd to me. Like, I would be so traumatized. How can you even go? I can understand the football team posting something because they're posting as a team, and clearly she would not have been as much of an emotional connection that you have if you're her girlfriend. So it's just questionable to me that you're even posting on social media. 24 hours haven't even gone by. I would still be distraught, crying, upset, worried, apologizing to the family that lost their child. Like, I would just be in such a level of distraught or distress that I wouldn't be able to be posting on social media right now. 24 hours at least would have to have passed by. Like this, I don't know. This whole situation is fishy. It's fishy. It's I don't know, guys. So I'm gonna try to follow this story and see what other information comes out here. Again, you guys, thank you so much for checking out the channel. Please post your comments and thoughts below. What do you think is going on here? Do you think it's just exactly as they're said? Do you think that there's some missing information here? They're not giving the full story. There's a lot of details being left. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think. Okay, again, go ahead, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell to be notified every time I upload. Please go ahead and share as well. And again, you guys, please be safe and take care. Okay, smooches.